First tonight at 6:30, the legislative session in the books. Now Governor Polis hurrying to sign hundreds of bills before a deadline next week.
News 5's Andy Cohen breaking down the numbers this session with a little comparative work here. Andy, what did you come up with?
A couple of really clear stories that the numbers tell, as the minority party Republicans were trying to slow things down, and they largely succeeded when you look at the number of bills introduced. 598 this session is one of the lowest totals in the last 8 years. But when it comes to passing bills, Democrats have a huge advantage in having single party rule. You can see this 460 bills passed this session. Well, that's the most in about a decade. Now, the numbers from this session, they are preliminary. The official report's not going to come out for a few more weeks after the governor finishes signing or vetoing legislation.
That's now the law.
Thank you.
Governor Jared Polis spends many hours these days signing and signing and signing his name. He's got till Monday to approve or veto some 460 bills passed by lawmakers this session. That's the most to hit the governor's desk since Bill Ritter sat here.
It's not surprising that they would pass so many.
Political science professor Josh Dunn says that one-party rule is going to be more efficient. What's key is the substance of the bills Democrats passed.
The centerpieces, right? For instance, the all-day kindergarten, those things that were really key to the Democratic agenda.
Legislation the party will likely campaign on next year to try and hold on to power. Dunn doubts that many controversial bills like the red flag, national popular vote, or oil and gas restrictions will come up next year.
I do think that their goal was to get the biggest things out of the way this time around, and then they can probably concentrate more on electoral concerns during the next legislative session.
And while Republicans can claim they successfully slowed the process, it's a hollow victory.
For them being able to stop some pieces here and there, but overall, the stuff that they were most concerned about still made it through.
They're likely to remind voters of the controversial bills from this session when campaign season rolls around. Now in Colorado, bills which pass the legislature but are not signed by the governor become law by default. So really Monday's deadline is basically the last chance for Governor Polis to veto any bills that he doesn't want becoming law. Watching out for you, Andy Cohen, News 5.